far as we know, there have been attacks on Kurds. President Trump has decided to withdraw all U.S. troops from northern Syria. Just interested in your take in the situation now and the message that the U.S.'s withdrawal sends to our allies, especially the Kurds.
Well, let me say that's a reasonable question about how the U.S. should be postured around the world. Our forces have gone above and beyond what anybody could have reasonably expected from them back on 9/11, 18 years ago, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, getting out of Iraq, going back, and then helping train forces in Syria and many other places where we haven't really had a domestic debate about how they should be positioned and whether the cost benefit for them and for us as a country is worthwhile. But having said all that, to do what was just done so recklessly, so impetuously, really at the whim and request of a very autocratic leader in the president of Turkey, President Erdogan, and leaving not only our allies, to say that the Kurds are our allies sort of does them no justice. They were our ground force. They are the reason that President Obama was able to put us on a path to defeating ISIS, and President Trump's forces in a training role and in a support role were able to finish the job. American forces could do that because we had a ground army in the Syrian Kurdish Defense Forces. And so to up and leave, but to do more than that, to signal to Turkey that basically we're hands off, do what you feel like, whether there's a green light or a blinking green light, I mean, these are semantics. Turkey believed that they could do it and that they would not be contested, and that the United States withdrawing created an open season to attack our former partners.
And so where do we go from here?
Well, I mean, it's very, within the Syria context, it's very hard to know. I mean, I think this is a time for the urgent brokering of some kind of agreement where everything is frozen in place, some kind of political settlement where Turkey, facing now sanctions by the United States, a NATO ally sanctioning it. I mean, who would have thought a week ago that this was even thinkable? But for Turkey to take a break, for the Kurds and the Syrian regime to take a break, and to think through what an actual safe area in that area would look like. One that allows the Kurds to fulfill some of their aspirations for autonomy, but also allows some Syrian refugees maybe to go back home. But we're so far from that. I mean, right now you're in the midst of a bloody showdown where our ground force, who fought ISIS, is getting decimated.